here now. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the invisible world of Jeremy Jonz, where all things are possible when you believe. So hang on, here we go. Let's do this.
Ah, you are here. You came back. It's so nice to see you. You're here. I'm here. Who am I? I am Jeremy Jonz, a guest at your big house. And this is the invisible world of Jeremy Jonz, a place where dreamers and makers transcend illusions. Episode 42. Fire. Aim. Ready. Oh no, that's backwards. Thanks for coming back. I came back. Do you remember where we left off? It's been a minute. It seems so long now. It was right around this time last year I promised you 50 episodes in a year. And then I vanish. Where did he go? What happened? Okay. Hold on. Pull the reins in. Pull it in. Let me get there. I'm getting there. I'm in the middle of producing these mini-series about sequence, ready, aim, fire, how you have to do the things in the best order to get the best ROI. I was dropping a podcast as dependently as picking up public Wi-Fi in the back of a Home Depot. Here an episode, there an episode, this month 2, this month 1. Look over there, there's one coming in. It was so random. That's why I promised 50, but my sequence, it wasn't right. I had money problems, time problems, relationship problems. And by the time I whacked through the brush, whatever water I had left in the canteen, that's what I would pour into my podcast plant. I've enjoyed the 5 years I've done my podcast. Yeah, it's been 5 years. But looking back, it was too much fire. And then aim, and then get ready. It was all backwards. So, no, I don't have 50 episodes today. This miniseries helped me see. I wanted to be regular, dependable, like the sunrise. I wanted you to text me and say, bro, how do you get these out the door so fast? Fresh off the skillet. I can't keep up with your content, Jonz. What to do, Jonz? I had to fix my sequence. I threw all the solutions I could to the money problems, to my time problems, to my relationship problems. I needed all those things to work like a clock, so then I could just stand at the house and fill up the canteen until it's spilling over. I didn't care about the water bill either. Let's fill this baby up. And now I'm back with a much better sequence. And I'm going to inundate this podcast with a steady flow. So, in order to follow through with that, I have the next year of podcasts already done, already recorded in the books. I wanted to follow through for me. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's hustle back on the tennis court. I love grinding away on the court, beating on the craft. I like some of the things that we did in But I Want It Now miniseries. Do you remember that? You'll remember we discussed Novak Djokovic, the professional tennis player, the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Novak playing make-believe, making up his beliefs, stitching the symbolic 23 on the tennis jacket and putting it in the bag for the pending awards ceremony. It's in the bag. You remember? You need to re-listen? Been a while for you too? Well, yes, Jonz, you walk around more saying, it's in the bag. Hey, you got bills to pay? No problem, it's in the bag. You have relationships that hit an iceberg and is sinking fast into the frigid Atlantic? Yeah. Maybe it was the maiden voyage too. It's okay. It's in the bag. You have miracles to make, miracles that you want to stack up for your day, for your week, for your year, for you, for your family, for your company. You got a business to start. You have fitness goals to earn and debt to pay off, classes to ace, teams to make. Well, all you need to do is take a peek inside the bag, because that's where you'll find the goods. Don't worry about that fight with your friend. Don't worry about that health report. Don't worry about that bill, the new company that you just acquired. Something about you, you're listening, right? Is that you are a winner. You win. And veniam viam. And veniam viam. Stop focusing on what you don't want to have happen. Increase focus, increase superpowers on what you do want more of. Why don't you play some more make-believe? I'm playing make-believe today. What are you doing? It's my favorite game. Make your beliefs up. You choose, Jonz. It's one of those choose-your-own adventures. You got to page 32. That looked like maybe you got stuck there for a minute, but then you chose to go back again to page 16, and then you chose to go to page 41 for the next adventure. You choose whatever you want, though. Just remember, it's in the bag. Hey, by the way, if you are enjoying the podcast, please consider doing a review, rate it, share it with friends. In tennis, they instigated a new rule this past decade. You want to guess what it is? It is the serve clock. Basically, the player has 25 seconds between points to go to the line and serve the next point. So, interesting to watch how players prepare for a serve. It's supposedly a material advantage to serve. Most players statistically win the game where they serve. If you are a brilliant server, it forces the receiving player to be on their toes to try to return your lightning bolts. Ka-chow, ka-chow. Right? Arguably, serving, winning your serve, dominating your serve is one of the most important tennis skills. Pro players these days are serving regularly now in the 130, 140 miles per hour, even 150 range. I don't even think my truck goes that fast. They can serve faster than my truck. That's really something. Two players in particular have been documented for taking the longest time between points. So said differently, they have the most serve violations of the rule, blowing way past 25 seconds. Any guesses which players they are? Even if you don't know tennis players, which ones might they be by ranking? Near the top? Near the bottom? You're on to me once again. Yes. The two greatest men's players of all time, the two that have won the most Grand Slam tournaments, Novak Djokovic and Rafael Nadal. In big, deep tournament play, Rafa can average 30 seconds, and Novak an astonishing 33 seconds. They usually get in some trouble from the chair umpire, and they have to speed things up. See, they don't take the shortcut. They take the long cut. They're not looking for hacks. Hack your way to be the best tennis player in the world. Look for the hack. Instead, they're looking for the right sequence. Instead of fire, aim, then get ready. No, it's first get ready, then aim, and then fire the laser. Oh yeah. I love watching this unfold. Before they even get to the serve line, they get ready. They get their towel, they wipe away the sweat from their hands, from their wrists, from their face, so sweat doesn't get in their eye right before they fire. And so the racket stays sticky in the palm. Once they get to the line, they get their feet in the same position for every serve. Then they bounce the ball a certain number of times. They are now ready. So then they look up across the net and they aim. They aim where they want the ball to go. They look down across the net, down again, up, deciding a kick serve, down the tee, bounce, bounce. Look up, aim, bounce, bounce. Reposition the feet maybe again. Yep. By now they are past the allotted 25 seconds, 27, 28. They are 90% of the way to the goal. So they finish the last step of the correct sequence. Fire! And that usually ends in an ace. And, well, close to it. Interesting, Jonz. Interesting. What's going on with your sequence? How can you get your ready phase better? Aim more thoroughly so you masterfully hit your targets. So you can masterfully serve an ace. Or do you just walk up to the line and you're just slapping it with wistful abandon and tenuous willpower? Last year, I had to take down a massive 40-foot high beast tree in my yard. I had a company come out, take it down, and they left a 3-foot stump, 3 feet wide. That's a story for another day. I decided working on the stump would be, I affectionately called it my therapy stump. So I grabbed the axe. And you should have seen the effort. I mean, the willpower, the positive thinking, the brute strength, the focus, the sweat. But it was never enough to get any meaningful chunk out of the stump. See, the harder I swung, the more hopeless it became. A couple weeks went by. I'm out there. I'm wrestling with this stump. My neighbor walks by. Hey, Jonz, how's the stump coming? You know, I have a chainsaw. We could piece out the stump in an hour. Yeah, thanks. Actually, I have a chainsaw in the garage, but you know, this is like my therapy stump. Teaches me stuff. Uh-huh. Listen, I know how that sounds. A therapy stump. Another week goes by, and I'm still just flaking specks off this stump. 3 weeks. Obviously, what lesson was I supposed to take? I'm missing it, big time. And then one afternoon, I'm working up a sweat, denting the stump at best, right? And even with gloves, I'm getting blisters. Ugh, I'm so bummed. I had the technique was good. The whole overhead Paul Bunyan swing, the power, the desire, the visualization. My head dropped. Doomed. I snuck a peek at the chainsaw in the garage. I was lustful. I wanted that chainsaw. I flipped the axe head around in my glove. Then, providentially, I took off my glove. Ever so carefully, I slid my thumb across the axe blade I've been using for the past 3 weeks. I just bought the axe a month ago. That's weird. I realized the problem as I slid my thumb recklessly back and forth on the blade. It was like sliding my fingers across a wet kitchen countertop. What? What is this? Who's doing this cruel joke? I might as well have been swinging like a metal bat across the stump. Oh, man. No, I don't know why I didn't test the dullness at first. Maybe because I was too busy. I was too busy swinging. Fire, fire, fire. It didn't even occur to me to check the sharpness of the blade. I just bought it. It should be good. Without taking one step, I look up at the garage. That hot little chainsaw beckoning me. But no, Jonz. I took out my phone instead and ordered an axe grinder off Amazon. I walked in the garage. I hung up the axe. I closed the garage door. Don't buy cheap axes. I spent the next week doing 2 things. 1, wondering why stores sell dull axes. And 2, sharpening the blade over and over again against the stone. Instead of watching videos on how to swing an axe, I watched the YouTube videos on how to sharpen an axe. I grinded it the next day and the next day, this time with just a smidge of my thumb on the blade. Oh yeah, baby, bling bling. I knew it was ready. ready. Then I walked over to the stump, and instead of fire, I laid down the axe. I rested on my knees. I'm positive my neighbors passing by thought, dude, this poor soul. After a month, he's now resorting to praying that some miracle God strikes and claps and splits the stump for him. But I wasn't praying. I was inspecting the stump. Where was the driest part of it? Where were the existing stress fractures, the cracks in the grain direction running? Where should I aim? Then it was time for the last step, which took 10 seconds. Time to fire. I did the big time overhead swing, and it was like slow motion. The metal blade glistened in the sunlight off the freshly sheared metal. Like throwing a big stone in the pond, the axe just sank through the wood, and the stump exploded. Pieces ricocheted 10 feet off into the street. A few more whacks, and it was out. Done. Too easy because now I had the right sequence. Swing. Harder, faster, better. Swing. Fire. That didn't work. Maybe it works for someone across the street, but it didn't work for my tree. What worked, Jonz, was the correct sequence. Hey, first you get ready. Get that blade sharp. Sharpen your tools. Do you have tools that you're using? What are they? Have you spent time sharpening them? What are your problems today? Look at what problems you need to chop smaller. Sharpen up that axe. Spend money and order a stone if you need to. If you need a grinder, get one. Get it sharp, get it good, get it glistening. That's where you spend your time. Get your go-to-market business strategy sharp. You take notes on your phone of that relationship you're in. You get your elevator speech dialed in. You get your kids' chore chart all sharp. You do all that studying for the test over and over. You get your flashcards over and over. It's real sharp. So then when you show up on the test the next day, boom. Boom. I got the boom. I was walking the street, picking up all the shattered, splintered pieces of wood. I knew I did something special. I knew that I learned something special. And that is a true story. I don't have the stump anymore. At least on the outside world. It's still in the invisible world. It's a little flower bed right now. You would never know. But I still have the lesson. Of course I was tempted. I admit, little moment of weakness. A few times to go get the chainsaw. No, there's something else here. You have to look harder. I'm missing something. I had to re-look at the stump. Then I saw it. Let's wrap this up. Take home message. Take me home, baby. Take me home. Wear yourself out in the getting ready phase. See your sweat dropping on the stone grinder as you sharpen up that axe. Measure 3 times, maybe 4, because you can only cut once. Don't let high emotions rush your serve. Even if you get a time violation, take your 33 seconds. You get ready. Get sharp. Aim. Look for the spots to use your special superpowers, those unique skills that you have. Find the right sequence so you can give those special gifts, so you can hit that ace right down the line, because the world needs who you were meant to be. So be it.
But wait, there's more. If you haven't already, subscribe free to the Invisible World Inspo Letter, which is bespoke inspiration to boost your day. A read it in a minute lift delivered right to your inbox. Click the link in the show notes, and there goes the boom.